Hey guys, it's Kenzie here at Royal LePage Aspire, sitting here with my friend and confidant Shane Seenhart from Asante Wealth Management. I want to take a few minutes here and just talk about some strategies that some first-time home buyers or some people that are looking to get into the housing market can maybe utilize some of Shane's services for to really accelerate their ability to buy a house. So I'd like to just introduce my friend Shane here and get some accreditation from you if you don't mind, and then we can talk about some ideas.
Sure, sounds perfect. Well, Kenzie, first, thanks for involving me in this. I think it's always great to work as a team. I've been in Prince George. We're doing wealth management for 20 plus years. So I've worked in banks and brokerage and private wealth. And what I do for my clients is just, so we sort of live in a world where we could learn everything we wanted to over the internet. The question is, do I have the time? Do I have the expertise or even the interest? So I provide a service for my clients that I spend all my time learning about the markets, about taxation, about estate planning, risk management, whatever it might be that involves money. And I'm the person that you come in and ask these questions to.
Perfect. Yeah, you're on my speed dial for sure. So three main things that I'm seeing just from a pattern of working with buyers in the market regularly. Some tools that they're kind of using that we could use some explanation on. The first one would be how to use RSPs to save for a home. Second one would definitely be tax-free savings and maybe some opportunities there. And then the first-time home buyers plan is kind of like this thing, a myth that we hear about a lot but don't know a lot. So I'd love it if you could shed some light on maybe those three things.
And well said. Those are the three things that I sort of have people come in and ask me, Shane, how does this work? So the first one is with our RSPs, we have the ability, if we're a first-time home buyer, and that's usually determined by if we have not lived in a home that's owned by ourselves or our partner for 4 years. So some people can be a first-time home buyer, get that qualification, have owned a home for a period of time, sold it, not lived in a home that they or their partner owned, and then re-qualify again as a home buyer. So our RSPs can be a great tool for that. We're allowed to withdraw $35,000 from those RSPs. So if I had $35,000 and my spouse had $35,000, we can contribute up to $70,000 for that down payment. And with where interest rates are and prices, I think the more you could put down, the better. Now, one of the big areas that I always have discussions about is I've got a workplace pension, or I have this locked-in plan, or my company contributes money every month from my paycheck. Those accounts, unfortunately, because of the way that they're restricted by the Pension Standards Benefit Act, are not eligible for the home buyer plan. But spousal RSPs are. So if I had the ability to put money into my RSP and then I put money into my spouse's, perhaps it made sense because they have a lower taxable income. I could, from my own income, come up with that full $70,000, 35 from my account and 35 from my spousal partner's account. And as long as our home buyer plan is at zero the year that we withdraw it, we can qualify for it if we met that 4-year criteria and have $70,000, but it has to be a regular RSP.
We actually did that in the last house that we bought with you guys. So that's something that we definitely did. So that's really beneficial. Any other tips that you have potentially for some people trying to scrape together, get some cash together from the house?
Well, I think another thing you want to always think about is how do I build up those savings? Now, there's sort of three ways that I can build up a savings. And the first one people don't really think about is getting rid of that debt. Because we don't want to purchase a home and suddenly I still owe a credit card money. So really spend some time before you purchase a home, making sure that you've got your house in order. We've paid off any of those higher interest loans. And I would always advise that first. It doesn't make any sense to have money sitting in a 1% savings account and I'm paying 18% on my Visa. So that would be the first place that I would use. Second place would be those tax-free savings accounts. So a great tool, we can throw up to $81,500 each into our tax-free plus accumulated growth. So if we think, okay, we got $163,000 there, we got another $70,000 from our first-time home buyer plan. If we spent the time really planning this, we could have a pretty substantial deposit down on that first-time home.
That's huge. And then how long, at what point does it make sense for somebody to contact you to try to build one of these plans?
That's a great. Well, I always say the time to contact anybody that specializes in that is when you really need help. So if it's something that you think, well, I'm not sure how this works or what the best plan is, you know, you could always drop us a call here at Asante 564-2020, and we could set somebody up, myself or one of our team members, to help you make a plan.
Awesome. So that's pretty much wraps it up for what we got to talk about on this particular section. It's Kenzie here at Royal LePage Aspire, Shane Seenart here from Asante Wealth Management. You can contact either one of us, and we'd be happy to connect you with Shane here. Thanks so much for checking it out, and hopefully you can use some of these to help get into a house.